What's up, y'all? Lord, I still had this up from the other day, honey. Let me get this off the screen. Although tickets are on sale, get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. Or even if you want to sponsor somebody, if you don't live in the area but you want to support the event and you want to buy a ticket for somebody that does live in the area, by all means, we can do that too. But we're gonna get back to that in a minute, child. I'm trying to get it off the screen. Lord have mercy. Let me get it off the screen. Also, you guys see in the background, I have changed my background. Obviously, it's no longer Women's History Month. It is, Lord, let me get this off the screen. Oh, okay. It is Autism Awareness Month. So, for all of you guys, who have family members or you yourself have been diagnosed with autism, or you have children or family members that are on the spectrum, this is the month of awareness. If you are want to know more, there are going to be plenty of events and organizations and things like that putting information out. And if you want to make any donations to any autism programs, they always need adaptive equipment. Your local school, if you want to get involved with your local school and say, hey, I want to, donate some equipment, some things, some manipulatives, things like that would go towards the students that are on the spectrum. By all means, all of those things are available to you. Okay, so we will be talking about autism as the month goes on. Yeah, I meant to do more with Women's History Month, but child, March flew by me. I looked up and I said, damn, March is over. But we did do some spotlights. We just didn't do a lot, honey. Shout out to Cross Country Cruiser for gifting 5 memberships. It is the first of the month, isn't it? Child, let me go in here and gift my memberships, honey. I forgot, y'all. I don't forgot to gift these memberships. So hold on, let me see who was gifted a membership this month. Congratulations to them. And just in time, because we are going into a members only live this evening. We are going to have a members only live this evening. I have a hard stop. I need to get off of here by 7:30 because I have to make a phone call. And then we have a live set. Hold on, y'all. Let me get in this chat. Hold on, child. Lord. Okay. I don't know why it's so hard for me to get in my own chat. That's crazy. Okay, Lord. I know somebody in the park. Okay, Lord, my eyes. Congratulations to Real Streets News 100. Minkoya Reed. I hope I said that right. Chantel Morris, Tootie Jackson, and that plant lady 52. Congratulations to you guys for receiving the gifted memberships for the month of April. Hold on. Let me do mine before we go any further. I really forgot. I try to do this before I go live, but I forgot to do it. And I have to do it from my computer because it won't let me do it from my phone. Although I think there is a way for me to do it from my phone, but you have to log in a certain way or something like that, child. I don't know. But let me do it this way. And then let me see if I have any memberships to give. I don't know why some people get memberships to give out and I don't get any. I don't know if I'm looking in the wrong place, but y'all told me where to look. But I never seem to have any memberships to give, but I will check. I will check to see if I have any memberships to give. Hold on. Lord, I don't want no. I'm on the wrong side. All right, we're gonna give 5 memberships. Because I be paying for this out of my own pocket, but YouTube, I was in a content creators chat earlier today where YouTube gave them memberships to give, and I don't never get that. But congratulations to girl, what's the tea? Durga the Brahm. I haven't seen him in here in a long time. Christina Goins, John Meechin, the RN. I hate these. I really hate they changed this. And intentionally known 1962. I love the fact that YouTube is gifting people that I don't see in my chat often. Hopefully that will encourage people to drop down and join the conversation. Hopefully. Okay, so congratulations to those people that have been gifted memberships. If you are in the chat, drop down and thank Cross Country Cruiser. You ain't got to thank me, chat. But drop down and thank Cross Country Cruiser. And let's get ready to get into some things, y'all. Like I said, I have a hard stop at 7:30, so y'all remind me that we can. So hold on, let me say hi to the people real quick. Let me say hi to the people. Lord, this thing ain't letting me scroll up. Okay, here we go. Oh, remind me, I was supposed to check to see if YouTube gave me any memberships to give out. Y'all remind me, I'll go check in a minute. Corey, The Informed, Chuck, CC, Bilo, Auntie Eva, Tracy, y'all about to fight me in the chat. But on this one, I need not Brandy, go to hell. Okay. CC, Nisa, Quake, thank you for being on Twitch and in the over here, baby. I love you so much. Miss Joycelyn, Nisa, hey Mars, whatever is the drink and food, I want everything. Okay, Nisa says she want everything. What's going on? Hey, Nubian, Ravine. Yeah, I'm early. El Teddy went early, so I'm going early. Let's see here. At the nail salon, baby, I need to go to the nail salon so bad. Look at these raggedy nails. And I ain't had nothing but time, child. I ain't had nothing but time. KDK, what's going on? I'm hoping that we're here for a good long minute. I'm at these people establishment collecting my paycheck for 2 more hours. I don't know if we're going to be here for 2 hours, but we'll be here for a minute. What's up, Miss Cookie? Cross Country Cruiser, thank you again for the gifted memberships. Corey, Katrina, happy hump day. I pray everyone is having a wonderful day. I cried today, y'all. My baby girl is gone in Germany. We're going to keep everybody in prayer. We're going to keep your baby girl in prayer. DB, what's up, Benji and Nay? Lovely Nola. Going to the other side. Miss y'all already. Oh, hey, Cheryl. Sharice, Felicia. Tootie, you were gifted a membership. Congratulations. Montrez. Let me see. Corey. What up, Don Don? Hey, boo. Miss B. Carter. We almost at the end, child. We almost at the end. Go ahead and hit that like button while y'all waiting for me to finish my roll call. It's the beginning of the month. That means Cajun is selling. Oh, Lord. C. Jones. I'm not reading that. Gabby, what's going on? Little Miss Introvert. Hey, boo. Girl, what's the tea? You were just gifted a membership, my love. Congratulations to you. Leslie, Michelle, what's going on? Candy, Dream 007, Crystal Marshall, Gossip in the Garden. Y'all, I'm almost done. I know I said that. What's up, Tracy? My other Tracy. Both my Tracys are here. Hey, Vintage. Alexis. What's up, Ebbs? Hey, boo. All right. Woo! And if I missed you, charge it to my head and not my heart. We are in here. It is the first of the month. Listen, I got up this morning. I rolled over and I started looking at news stories. And then I came across a news story and I was like, what? What in the world is this? And then it was like April Fool's. So then I had to go back and double check all my news stories and make sure that they weren't April Fool's jokes. So let me put this disclaimer. Before I start this live, if there's anything that I report, just keep in mind that today is April Fool's Day and I might have been fooled. I tried to double check all my information and make sure that none of it was an April Fool's joke. But I put my disclaimer at the beginning of this live. I reserve the right to retract anything that I say if I find out that I was duped. I'll be forgetting about the other chat because I'm like, am I blocked from these folks? No, we got both chats going. And I want to say this. I do think for those of you that suggested I do both vertical and the landscape one, I do think it is helping because y'all know our subscriber count is going up, up, up. Now, I did lose 4 subscribers last night. I don't know where y'all went. But please make sure that you are subscribed to the people you are supposed to be subscribed to. Because Don was unsubscribed from me. And he told me something really big. Do I still have my mod stick? I said, why wouldn't you have your mod stick? He said, because I was unsubscribed. So please make sure you are subscribed to the people you are supposed to be subscribed to or that you think you're subscribed to. And I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about all the people. all of the people, because YouTube had a glitch yesterday, and I think it unsubscribed some people. So just make sure them 4 people come back. As a matter of fact, we need 5 people, because we were almost under 600 subscribers to 20K. We are at like 19,000. What? 300, and we were at 399. Now we back to 395. Now I don't know where them 4 people went, but come back. What I do? Did that make you mad? Come back. Let's talk about it. What's up, Don? Tracy said it is 25 days till her birthday, and we're going to be on the table screaming, "It's your birthday! It's your birthday!" Okay. YouTube is always messing with the thing. Well, yeah, I know how they do, honey. What's up, Universal Goddess? Hey, Halfpin. Hey, boo. So with that being said, y'all, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. We're gonna get, y'all know Brandy and Wanya gonna be last, child. So let's go ahead. Oh, what motel? What? Okay, that's a whole nother chat, child. Motel 6, $50. $55 motel. Only my DC people gonna know that song. $55 motel. Wasn't that a DC song? Does anybody else know that song, $55 motel? I feel like that's a DC song because it was Go-Go, right? Wasn't it a Go-Go song? My DC people, let me know. But baby, that should be the jam. $55 motel. $55 motel. But anyway, back to this. Back to this. You know, I mean, I ain't gonna say I ain't never been to a motel. I'm gonna say I don't do motels today. I'm not gonna say I've never done it. Okay, it is correct. I thought so. I must say I was dismissed from a $10 million foolish frivolous lawsuit, and the judgment is set aside. Such a release. Yes, congratulations. Because listen, that was a whole mess over there. I stopped following it. I know my baby T was involved. I know my baby Don was involved. So I thank God that whole bull hockey lawsuit over there in the Love Marriage Huntsville sector. I'm grateful that was dismissed. I hate that y'all went through the bullshit that y'all went through over the last 2 years. This has been going on for like 2 years. You started to do the hee-haw. Yes, honey, that thing popped in my head. $55 motel. So I'm glad that you were dismissed from it. I will say that I did go over to Envy Us beauty supply today. After I left the orthodontist, I went over to the beauty supply today. I'm going to put together a reel and post it, but I did talk to the owner. Me and her took a picture together. I told her that I was a content creator and that I found her on TikTok. She was actually getting ready to do a TikTok video when I was in there. And I told her I found her on YouTube and that I've been shouting her out and I've been asking people to support them. So please, y'all, if you can, they are a Black-owned beauty supply company, and they have some really good products. I just don't use a lot of beauty supply products because y'all know I don't do my own hair. So I bought some lipstick. I should have put it on today, but I bought some lipstick. I bought some hair grease, some grease. I bought a new bonnet. But she has some really nice stuff in there, and she's got some of the the names that we know. She's got Canvas Beauty hair products. She's got Millie, the Yandy's company that she pushes. I didn't see Patterns. I didn't see Tracy Ellis Ross's company. I didn't ask her though, but I didn't see Patterns. She's got Kaleidoscope, which of course we know is Judy. She's got hold on. Let me see. I took some videos of it. Kaleidoscope. Oh, Camille Rose. She has Camille Rose. She's got Canvas Beauty, Millie, and then she's got a bunch of like nice wigs. She's got hair for braiding. So when it's time for me to braid my hair, I'm gonna go to her and get some of her braiding, her hair. She's got kids products. She's got the kids products, and baby, she got that old school stuff. Baby, she got Lot of Body. I ain't seen Lot of Body in a long time. She got Lot of Body for my old school people. She's got the what's that hair gel, the oil, the oil that has the different they say it's good for 6 different. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that hot oil. She's got and she's got beard products. So for you got fellas. She's got the grooming, the kids for the the different things for beards to maintain beards, and she's got some makeup. She's got lashes. She's got press-on nails. She's got it's a nice store. It's not a little hole in the wall. Like, oh my goodness, it's clean. She was pleasant. She had a young lady running the register. She was very pleasant. And we had a good conversation. And she said, thank you so much for her support. They say Camille Rose is no longer Black. Well, look, I'm just telling you, she got other Black people in there. You use Lotta Body. Yeah, I haven't used Lotta Body in a long time. Ain't nothing wrong with Lotta Body. I just haven't used it in a long time. Somebody said, where is it? It is on Fort Washington. It's in Fort Washington, Maryland. It's on Indian Head Highway. Where that what's that that's in that parking lot with it? Oh shoot. Anyway, it's on Indian Head Highway in Fort Washington. I can't remember what else is what else. I think it's an Aldi's. It's where that Aldi's is. If you're familiar, it's where the Aldi's is. But you can also support them online. Let me give y'all the online link. Hold on. This says it's at Tantalon shopping center, but they do have an online link. Hold on, y'all. I gave it to y'all the other day. Let me find it again. It's called NV Beauty Supply. Hold on. Let me get it. And Cross Country Cruiser. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to have a meeting tonight. Damn. Well, clearly I'm not going. Oh well, damn. They just sent out an email talking about some see you soon. You won't see me soon because I won't be there. Damn. But here's the link. Yes, you can order online. Cross Country Cruiser ordered from them. So thank you so much. Shout out to you, Cross Country Cruiser. Hold on. And I'm gonna do a review as well. I just gotta get my life together, child. Okay, here's the chat. Here's the link. So there it is right there. Sounds like I need an assistant. Child, I do. There's the link right there, though, you guys. If you want to order from them online. Again, Cross Country Cruiser ordered from them. She showed me a screenshot of once she ordered. So, and I think her products must have came pretty fast because we just talked about it last week, and I believe she got her stuff earlier this week. Yeah. So there's the link right there. So, and listen, I don't know if there's any way that y'all can say, but I told her I was going to shout her out and all of that. She is trying to save her business. She has to make a certain amount of sales. She's trying to get to 12,000 sales for the month of April. I think she still needs 6. When I was in there, I think I looked on her. She has a counter and everything. She's trying to do like 12 sales a day. When I was there, I was number 7. I was sale number 7 for today. So I think she's like saying she needs to do like 12 sales a day or 15 sales a day to keep her business open. Like that's her goal per day. So again, online orders count, in-store orders count. You're happy with your purchases. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all for supporting people off the strength of me asking y'all to support people. I really, really, really do appreciate that. Yeah. So, oh yeah. Okay. So that's it right there. And when I do my reel, I'll definitely include that information up there as well. Okay, Camille Rose is still Black owned, Corey said. Okay. Thank you, Arm Candy says she's going tomorrow to support. Thank you. And like I said, it's right there on Indian Head Highway where that Aldi's is. Hey, Majini. Hey, boo. Yeah, where the Aldi's is right there. And again, it's nice, it's clean, it's bright, everything is organized. You know, it's not. It's nice. It's nice. And I wouldn't listen if I went there and there was some bull hockey. I just wouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't steer y'all there. Okay. But again, if you need any hair care products, by all means, pick it up. online and order it, and it's all there. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. So let's get into that was that. Okay. What else we got going on here? Abby, I need you to help me make a reel with a voiceover, child. I need you to help me make a reel with a voiceover. Okay. So in the news, we have a young man who used to play for the Chicago Bulls, guard Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey he's a former player for the Chicago Bulls. He was released from the Chicago Bulls, I believe, on yesterday. And before I get into what he did and what he said and all the different things, he was averaging 8 points a game. So he was not a major contributor. To the team. I agree with you, Xavier, and that's actually what I was getting ready to say. Jaden Ivey he went viral for doing a live or going live on his social media, talking about the LGBTQ community. He said that Pride is when the NBA has like Pride Month and tell people to come out and celebrate, that is against God, that is of the devil, that we should not be celebrating. He used a specific word and it's escaping me now, but basically he's saying that the LGBTQ is against God and that the NBA should not be celebrating what is not of God. Hold on. So he was released from the Chicago Bulls, and of course everybody said he was released because of the comments that he made, and that may be true, but I'm saying that to say, hey Edwina, oh okay, all right. I say all that to say this. I personally think this man is going through a mental break, because then he went back on live after he was released and he started talking about how Steph Curry is not God's child, and y'all think that Steph Curry is so religious and so righteous, but he be cussing just like everybody else, and he is not of God, and he is not right or by God. Then he went back on live and he was like, his family is turned on him, his wife won't answer the phone. I think the man needs, and I'm not even saying this to be funny at all. I'm not joking at all. The man needs to be put on a 5150 hold. I really think he's having a mental break. You know, there are people who become uberly obsessed with religion as a part of their mental illness. I've told you guys this before. My best friend's mom was very much like that. And I'm not speaking out of turn. She has spoken on her mom. She actually was a guest on my show years ago. I would have to go back and find that live, where she spoke about her mom's mental illness. And she even spoke about some of the challenges that she's had, even within her family with her kids, and being hyper vigilant over things that they're doing to identify any behaviors, because, you know, mental illness, you know, she's just, you know, so anyway, we had that conversation. And so with that being said, I'm not offended by, I mean, he didn't say about Black women, so I'm not telling okay, Abby, thank you, boo. I'm not telling gay people to not be offended by what he said. I'm saying for me, I'm not offended because I honestly think that he is going through a mental break. And I think that he does need help. I think somebody needs to find him. I don't know where he is, somewhere in Chicago, and try and get him into a hospital. That is my opinion. Now, that is my non-medical opinion, because let's be clear, I don't know nothing. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not no medical doctor. I don't have no degrees in the medical field, but that is where I am with it as far as that's concerned. Right. Don said he's far from offended. Yeah. I don't But I'm talking about it because the people been talking about it. Yeah, 5150 stat. Exactly, Abby. Just 5150 stat. So I did want to bring that up. Hold on. Yeah, child, I done got a text message. I think I'm supposed to. Well, I know I'm supposed to be at a meeting, child. Um, I'm sorry, won't be there tonight. Yeah. Well, let's be the one thing for sure and two things for certain, sir. You don't have to worry about celebrating NBA Pride now. You ain't gonna be there. I mean, you didn't want to celebrate NBA Pride. They solved the problem for you, sir. You don't. All right. All right. Now, Oracle, the company, fired 30,000. That is 30,000. 13,000 employees this morning via email. I'm going to say that one time for the people in the back. 30,000. 3030. 30,000 people via email. Just put my order in. A lot of men's products are sold out. Okay, I'm going to let her know. I'm going to go back up there and I'm going to let her know my people are trying to order online. They need you. But I understand too, she probably can't put in a lot of inventory if she's trying to save her store. But I understand it's frustrating when you want to support it. I got y'all. It's kind of that cycle. It's like I can't order too much stuff and have it in my inventory when I'm trying to get people to buy stuff, but I need the stuff here for people to buy it. I got it. I thank y'all for going and checking though. I thank y'all for going and checking. And if there's anything that y'all can pick up, y'all, but let me know. At 6 a.m. What's up, K-Fit? Hey, boo. Have y'all, can one of my mods do me a favor? Can one of my mods, K-Fit, write your channel, write it in the chat so one of my mods can find the link, please. Abby, Don, Tracy. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all what it is over here with K-Fit. K-Fit shares me out damn near every day, right? She has a community wall that she uses to let people know what's going on. She gives people the roadmap. A lot of times, if there's stuff going on over in that other sector I told y'all about, she the person that lets me know. It's her handle. Okay, so it's the real K-Fit. Okay. Can y'all go grab her link for me, please, and drop it in? There it is right there. Thank you. But K-Fit is in the process of, oh, Lord, all of y'all went and found it. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. You would have thought it was an April Fool's joke. Right. Well, here's the reason why people didn't. Let me finish this. Y'all know my ADHD. But can y'all please, she's in the process of changing her content, right? She's in the process of changing her content, and she's she is delivering political news and current events from, and she's speaking from the standpoint of a Black woman. So a lot of it is Black woman focused, the issues that affect us and that sort of thing. And she usually comes on in the mornings. So if you guys could subscribe, if you're not already subscribed to K-Fit, and go over there and just support her. We all know people, myself, Abby, Don, those of us that do YouTube, we all know how hard it is to change our algorithm. We know how hard it is to change our algorithm. So she is in the process of changing her algorithm and getting more into political news and current events. If you guys could go over there and just subscribe to K-Fit, make sure you turn on your notifications. And also, I spoke, and I'm not saying she's very open about her son Jax with his beautiful self. She is also one of our parents that has an autistic child, and she also talks, if you go look at some of her older content, she talks about Jax and the things he's going on, and some things as it relates to raising a child that's on the spectrum. So, and maybe for this month, I can't speak for her, but maybe for this month, she's going to put some more stuff out there as it relates to Jax. Okay. So please go over there and support K-Fit. And thank you so much. You good, girl. No problem. No problem. And thank y'all. Thank y'all. I like the real K-Fit. All right, Catherine Powell. Catherine said, I like her. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, so let me tell y'all the email that these Spectrum people got. I mean, I said Spectrum, Lord. Let me read y'all the email that they got this morning. They got ready to log in to work, and this is the email that was sent. They said, we are sharing some difficult news regarding your position. After careful consideration of Oracle's current business needs, we have made the decision to eliminate your role as part of a broader organizational change. As a result, today is your last working day. We are grateful for your dedication, hard work, and the impact you have made during your time with us. After signing your termination paperwork, you will be eligible to recover a severance package subject to the terms and conditions of the severance plan. You will receive an email from Dean Sign, DocuSign. Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. I need to put my other glasses on. From DocuSign or Oracle email address with details on your severance and termination date. Immediate action is required. But here's the crazy thing. They said that those people were automatically, they were locked out of their email. All of their privileges were immediately revoked. So how am I supposed to respond to the email if you didn't lock me out of my damn email? Always Priceless said, I declined the offer from them in November. Thank God I didn't accept it. Right. Miss B. Carter said, that's exactly how they fired us at Wells Fargo. Let me tell y'all something. And the owner of Oracle is a billionaire. He's a billionaire. And that doesn't mean that the company isn't doing well. I'm not saying that 1 + 1 = 2. I'm just saying, sir, you are a whole billionaire. You could have done things differently. But 30,000 people in one day? That's not something you just wake up and say, y'all, we need to reduce some. That is something that you knew. And there was a way you could have done that gradually. You could have done it in phases. You could have given people time. And you're a billionaire. This is why, see, when stuff like this happens, this is why I'm no longer a slave to my job the way I once was. And I still am to some degree. Y'all have heard me say, oh, I don't want to take that day off because of yada, yada, yada. Or, oh, I don't want to take too many days off. Let me tell y'all something. I'm doing something. I have done something this year that I have never done. In my 28 years of teaching, I did something that I have never, ever done. Now, I did do a cruise. But this when I wasn't working in a classroom. This is when I was in a year-round situation and it didn't count. But when I was in a classroom situation where I had summers off and spring break and Christmas break, I have never, ever, ever, and this is the first year that I'm doing it, taken 3 days off in a row. Ain't that crazy? I've taken a Friday and a Monday off. I've done a long weekend, but I have never taken 3 days in a row off. But I'm now at a point where I don't give a fuck. And not that I don't give about my job, but I know that if they decide that my job is no longer whatever, I know that they're going to let me go. That cruise that I'm going on in May, that is the first time that I am taking 3 days off in a lump. Isn't that crazy? Because I always schedule my vacations around Christmas break, spring break, or the summer. But I no longer have that mentality, baby. If I got to leave, I'm going to take it. If I got to leave, I'm going to take it. And it also makes me nervous. I told you guys that I want to find another job. These types of things are the things that make me nervous about changing jobs. If I'm being honest, This is the kind of stuff that makes me say, well, shit, maybe I need to stay where I am. At least I know what I got going on here. At least I know what it's going to be. I'm scared. It makes it like you hear that. That shit makes you scared of changing jobs. Most of the people were offshore workers. That's crazy, y'all. 30,000 people in one day. So can you imagine that now our job market is already trash? I don't know if you guys been paying attention to the numbers. Our job market is already trash. Right? We just added 30,000 people to that job market. 30,000 people looking for a job now. It's crazy. I worked for Boston Market a few years ago. One day we worked and showed up the next and had a shipment of food. So my boss told me to go home. It had no shipment of food. So my boss told me to go home. The next week she called and said they closed. Ain't that crazy? That's how you found out you don't have a job, because they ain't shipped no food to the store. Crazy. And it just reminds me that they don't really give a fuck about us. So why do we give them? And I'm not saying don't be responsible in your job. I'm not saying to do those things. But yeah, would you consider being a professor? Professors don't pay no money. They don't pay. Professors don't pay any money. That's why I stayed at my job. I have 30 days. Hold on. Right. Michael Jackson told us they don't really care about us. Didn't Michael Jackson say that? Hold on. I'm trying to scroll. Child, this thing won't let me scroll up. I really need to get a mouse for this computer. Where was it? Oh, that's why I stayed at my job. I have 30 days PTO and 13 sick days. Child. Well, they say prepare the others. PTO means prepare the others. If you have experience with health insurance, we're hiring, but we're only in a few states. If anyone is looking, Texas, Indiana, Oregon, Alaska, or Arizona. So if any of you guys are in that area, what up, Cruiser Bruiser? If any of you guys are in that area, I'm trying to put it up on the screen. Hold on. Let her know in the chat so y'all can figure out a way to connect. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a remote position. I want to work from home so that I have more flexibility to do the travel. Y'all know I'm trying to really do my traveling, my travel business, and I want that flexibility. So honestly, I'm looking for a position at home. Where'd it go? I'm trying to put it up on the screen. Here it is right here. You know. And I'll be honest with you guys, if I had stayed in DC public schools my entire career, like if I had never left and I had just been working in DC public schools, I would stay, because I would literally only have 3 years left to do early retirement. And I would just take the penalty because I have other things I'm trying to do to generate income. So I would take the penalty on my early retirement because I would have the years, I wouldn't have the age. And I would just roll on. I said I can thug it out for 2 more years and get my 30 years. I know I don't have the age, but I would just take the penalty. But that ain't what I did with my that ain't what I did. That ain't what I did. Same here. I have a remote job and I'm always on phones or training folks. I want remote, no phones, no lead trainings. I'm finishing up my certs now to get that. Okay, boo. Okay, Majini says she's in Texas. Can she get some more info? So y'all figure out a way to connect with Always Priceless. I don't know if you want to put your email in the chat or if y'all want to. I know Majini is on Instagram, so I don't know if y'all want to exchange Instagram information so y'all can kind of talk offline. I don't necessarily want you to put your information in the chat if you want to. Can I share the information? Sure. What information you want to share, below? Of course, boo. I trust you. I mean, just tell me what it is, but go ahead. They laid off 570 Oracle workers in my area. They informed them between March 29th and March 31st. Their last day is the end of the May, beginning of June. I've been laid off so many times. The energy industry is so volatile. No, we ain't get to Wanya and Brandy yet, but we about to. I got a hard stop at 7:30, so we don't have too much more to talk about. But right now, hold on. So yeah, so always priceless. Like I said, I know Majini is on Instagram, so I don't know if you're on Instagram, maybe you want to just put your Instagram handle in the chat, and that way. Oh no, can she share more info? She said reach out to her. So if y'all are on Instagram, why don't y'all share Instagram handles? And that way, because I don't want people putting their personal information in the chat. Because anybody can see that on the replay, and you know how that goes. So Miss always priceless. If there are people interested. So yeah. Y'all do that. Y'all do that. Okay. Jeff Patterson posts ed tech jobs on LinkedIn. He maintains them all on a Google Doc. You said Jeff Patterson. Okay, Jeff Patterson. Let me write that down, child. You know I'll forget. But that's what I've been doing. I've been looking at tech jobs. I've been looking at online education jobs. Like I've been looking at stuff. I've been doing my research and stuff. But I want to stay in education, but I just want to be home. I want to be able to do it from here. That gives me more time to do my content creating. That gives me more time to travel because I can work from as long as I got a laptop and Wi-Fi, you know. So that's kind of where I am with my life right now. But when stuff like this happens, child, scares the hell out of me. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lies. It makes me be like, well, maybe I should stay right where the hell I am, which I know is a tool of the devil. I know that's a tool of the devil, but it does make me do that. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. Okay. Edwina, you been real sick. Can you please give me a shout out? I don't, baby, I'm gonna say your name wrong. It's Machine Winda from Minneapolis. Okay, shout out to Machine Winda from Minneapolis. When the right opportunity comes, you'll know. Baby, that's what my mama always tell me. My mama say, listen, if you don't know which way to go, just stand still and pray. That's what my mama tell me. If you don't know which way to go, just stand still and pray. Okay, Lauren, send it to me on Instagram. You know what? Companies have reached out to me, but I don't want to go too far into that, child. I don't want to get too far off topic. That's a members only conversation. All right, let me get into this. Okay, because we almost at Brandy and Wanya, child. We almost there because it ain't too much more to talk about. TSA agents, they have received back pay for working for free since February the 14th, but they said they still do not have a pay schedule moving forward. So they have gotten their back pay, thank God, but they still don't, according to them, they do not have a pay schedule moving forward. Okay. So we're just going to keep them. We're going to continue to keep the TSA workers in prayer, honey. We're going to keep them in prayer. Okay. There has been a class action lawsuit filed today against Klarna. It alleges that it extends revolving credit with no income check, targets the financially vulnerable, and then locks them into mandatory auto pay so it gets paid before rent or groceries. Can I tell y'all that I haven't read the lawsuit, full stop. So let me say that. I have not read the lawsuit, full stop. But let me tell y'all something. I feel like this lawsuit, in my opinion, this is a millennial, Gen Z, X, whoever these people are, entitlement lawsuit, in my opinion. Because here's the thing. I use Klarna, and I use Klarna all the time. I use Klarna all the time. I told y'all that I'm a Klarna girl. First of all, you can, there's there's an option where you can opt out of the auto pay. I know on Affirm you can opt out of the auto pay. Now they're gonna text you and email you to death until you make that payment. But you can opt out of the auto pay. That's number one. Number two, ain't nobody tell you to apply for Klarna. You know what Klarna is when you apply for Klarna. So you mad at Klarna for wanting the money that you borrowed from them? I'm sorry, let me say that again for the people in the back. You filed a lawsuit because you mad because they want their money that you borrowed from them? They do. And again, when you first apply for whatever the loan is that you're applying for, it is automatically set up on an auto pay. But there's a setting that you can go into and turn the auto pay off. If your payment is due on that Thursday and you know you don't get paid till that Friday, you can turn the auto pay off and manually pay it on that Friday. That is a thing. Number two, you said that they don't do any credit checks and they hit the financially vulnerable. That is why for a lot of people, it's a good program because some people don't have the best credit, but it still allows them to do the things they need to do. That sounds like a loan shark. What if that sounds like a loan shark? Then credit cards are loan sharks. Most of your bills today you can set up. Most of your bills today you can set up on auto pay. But you know what you can also do? You can opt out of that auto pay. You don't have to have your bills come out. I don't think that's a loan shark. A loan shark is where you don't have the option, in my opinion. The fact that you can take it and you can take the auto pay off, in my opinion, the fact that you can take the auto pay off, it doesn't make it a loan shark. And the interest rate is decent. And if you pay it off early, you don't even get the interest rate if you pay it off early. At least I know with Affirm, I know it's like that with Affirm. Is Klarna, if you pay it off early, do you not have to pay the interest on Klarna? Hold on. Klarna, Affirm is my go-to. Klarna I have, but Affirm is my go-to. Hold on, let me see. Affirm is my go-to. Klarna I'll use, but I generally go to Affirm first. Let me see here. See right here where it says auto pay? You can click on auto pay and then it'll show you what accounts you have and you click the button manage. And when you go into manage, you turn off the auto pay. Yes, thank you. Klarna has no interest options. Now you got to pay it off faster, but they do have options with no interest. I don't understand this lawsuit. I'm so sick of y'all fucking up my shit. I like my Klarna. I don't have no complaint about my Klarna filing lawsuits, and then now they're going to end up changing all the damn rules for the people. Now, again, I haven't read the lawsuit, so it might be some shit that I don't know. But based on my experience with Klarna and based on what I'm reading in this article, damn it, I done dropped my phone. Lord, I done dropped my phone 20 times today. This just sounds like some people that got themselves over their head. Read the law. Cruz just want me to read the lawsuit. Let me pull the lawsuit. Right. Cruz. Look, Tracy said World Caribbean is on the firm. I know that's right. I'm behind on my payments on the firm. They won't allow me anything beyond $100. Yeah, because you're behind on your payments. But you know what else? Just like a real credit card, if you make your payments on time and you pay your stuff off, they will increase your limit too. The investors are suing. Oh, well, that's a different conversation. I'm gonna read the lawsuit. It's a class action lawsuit. I'm gonna read the lawsuit. I just read the headline, honey. We're gonna read this lawsuit. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna go online and find it for y'all. Not F the investors. I say F them too. Klarna got me through some rough times. I know that's right. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. There been some times that my Klarna and my firm got me to payday, and I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie, baby. That Klarna and the firm got me to payday sometime. I just don't like auto pay for my checking account. You can auto pay from my credit card, but you can turn it off. But you can turn, and I understand why some people don't like it, but you can turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, child, hold on. What's this? Lord, Sonya Ross is pregnant again, honey. She trying for a girl. Congratulations to Sonya and her husband. They pregnant again. Sonya Ross, you know, she was Olympian, formerly on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Congratulations to her. She said she trying for her girl, honey. I ain't mad at you, baby. Honey. That's an April Fool's joke. The Klarna is an April Fool's joke. Oh, see that? You know what? Let's just get the Brandy and Wanya, because that's what I said these damn stories. That was an April Fool's joke. They done got me all mad about my Klarna for no reason. Look at me. I need a minute. Give me a minute. They done got me all mad. Damn April Fools. Ooh, April Fools get on my nerves. You know what? Nitwit, that's what happens when you don't read the whole story. Sonya, her husband is an April Fool's. Oh, well. Okay. My bad. I thought you were saying Klarna was the April Fool's. Okay. That's April Fool's. Well, April Fool's to her, child. Anyway. Hold on a second. Give me a quick second. Lord Tracy just emailed me the lawsuit. Hold on, let's talk about Brandy and Wanya, and then if I got a few minutes, we can read the lawsuit. If not, I'll read it and we'll come back later. Because I have to get off at 7:30 because I got to make a phone call. And it's already 6:43, and I know y'all want to talk about this Brandy and Wanya situation. So let's talk about it. Let's get into Brandy and Wanya, honey. Let's get into Brandy and the Wan of the Yang. Hold on, let's get into it. As you guys know, Brandy has released her memoir called Phases. Okay, and she, you know, one thing when people put out their stories, their life story, they have to put stuff in there to make people want to go buy it, right? And then of course, that's the stuff that gets leaked so that people like us can hold on tight to it and then talk about it. So let's read this article. And this is coming from Brandy's book. Okay. We all knew about Brandy and Wanya though, but we didn't. Okay. All of us did not know that Brandy was with Wanya before she was 18. And all of us did not know all of the details of the affair. I knew that Brandy and Wanya were together, but the timeline was always janky. And Wanya did find, again, the surface has come up that on the Breakfast Club a few years ago, he did admit that Brandy was underage. Also, I was talking to Tracy earlier today. Also, we have a different lens that we look at things through, right? The lens that we had 20 years ago is not the same lens that we look at things through today. Most of us. But let's read this article, honey. Let's read this article. Brandy is confirming a long-time rumor about her relationship with Boyz II Men singer Wanya Morris. Decades of speculation first began about the singer's romance after Moesha Star performed as the opening act for Boyz II Men in their world tour in 1995. The Grammy-winning singer, songwriter, and actress is opening up about a connection in which she claims she was too young to recognize she was being used in her recently released memoir. Although Wanya Morris has long denied rumors that he and Brandy began a relationship when the singer was a teenage star, Brandy writes that her relationship with the Boyz II Men member started when she was 16 and he was 22, a year after they met, and Morris became her mentor. The singer writes that Morris began to call and check on her regularly, offering advice as an anchor and confidant to the up-and-coming star. After she joined the group on tour, however, the pair got closer. What had begun as admiration had transformed into something else, Brandy writes. It seems to me that he weaponized my admiration, shaped my friendship into dependence, my respect into desire. I felt swept up in a current I couldn't control. She reveals that their relationship took a turning point after they filmed the music video for their collaboration Broken Hearted. She describes an unspoken energy between the two that had intensified after their work on the video. We moved around each other like opposing magnets, as if actively trying to maintain distance, even as we kept finding ourselves drawn into each other's orbit, she writes. The attraction was subtle, yet undeniable. It lived in the pauses between conversations, and it lingered in the charged atmosphere surrounding us, she adds. Their relationship quickly formed after that, a whirlwind that Brandy recalls as being overwhelming because of the guilt of hiding it from her family and from the public and dealing with the illicit nature as a young teen. My girlfriend is 16. I don't remember when he first said it, but those 4 words started rolling off his tongue whenever we were alone. She writes of Morris. I couldn't tell if this refrain was meant to soothe his own conscience or temper the questions simmering in my gaze. Perhaps it was his way of tethering himself to a boundary even as he quietly edged past it. Or maybe it was simply a reminder to himself, a whisper to keep the illicit nature of our connection in view. Regardless, I was under the impression that we were madly in love, or at least what I believe to be love, at 16. A grown man's version of love designed to serve his needs. Brandy details her first time having sex with Morris as having lacked the specialness I had painted in my mind because it wasn't about me at all. What she sees as the casual rites of passage in adolescence were tainted by the influence of a man who seemed to know exactly how to make me question my own beliefs and boundaries. Okay. And I hung on this strange balance. I was navigating that time in a full view of the world, every move scrutinized, every choice dissected by people who didn't even know my heart. Part of me wanted to retain some semblance of normalcy, but also I knew full well that what was happening between me and him was wrong. And yet my attitude was, this is special, this is real. People just can't understand. Brandy describes the sexual element of their relationship as Morris getting what he wanted from someone too young to recognize she was being used, adding that she believed she was too naive to realize that deep down inside, he did not see me as special. I think he saw me as conquerable, as someone whose boundaries could be negotiated away. I was in over my head. I was young and inexperienced and thought that following my heart meant following his lead, that what we shared transcended ordinary rules and limitations. Okay. She said she wanted, she wanted to wait until marriage, but also believed that having sex with him would cement our bond, would prove I was mature enough for our relationship, would make him happy. And so I told myself I was ready. This was my choice, but the truth is, I felt like I had no choice. I felt like saying no meant losing him. The reality of their relationship wasn't lost on the singer, despite her naivety about their ability to last. He and I understood with diamond cut clarity that public knowledge of our relationship would ignite scandal, potentially threatening everything we had both worked for. So he and I opted for elaborate fiction. We would pretend patience and calm when we were waiting until my 18th birthday before pursuing any romantic connection. Eventually, Brandy says Morris increasingly became critical of her, controlled her access to him. Their relationship ended when Morris confessed to multiple infidelities. Brandy claims she caught him with an assistant. She said, I was 16 years old dealing with the infidelity of a grown man who I believed had pursued me, took my innocence, and was now revealing he'd not been faithful. I may have been young, but I was wise enough to know. Ain't that the line from the song? I may be young, but I'm wise enough to know. Okay. But I was wise enough to know that I had been played, and that wasn't love. So, I have mixed thoughts. I have mixed thoughts. I have mixed thoughts. What I will say is this. What we have learned, if we've learned nothing else over the last couple of years as it relates to power and access and sex in the music industry, is that power gives you access. I want people to set aside their personal feelings about Brandy, because I think a lot of people have personal feelings about Brandy, right? I want people to set aside their personal feelings about Brandy. Let's make Brandy a singer coming up, trying to figure it out, 16 years old, running into a 22-year-old who's in the industry, a man in the industry, pursuing her romantically. At the end of the day, I don't think we give that man a pass. Now, am I saying he's Diddy? No. Am I saying he's R. Kelly? No. I'm not putting Wanya on the R. Kelly bus. I'm not putting Wanya on the Diddy bus. No, I'm not doing that. But I don't think that we can totally throw it out the window just because we don't like Brandy. We all knew that Brandy and Wanya were dating, right? So I understand Brandy has lied about stuff. Got it. But we know she ain't lying about this. That doesn't change the fact that she's a liar. Just because she lied for a good reason don't mean she wasn't lying. Again, Cajun said I wouldn't call her a liar because she was doing it to maintain her image. Just because she did it for a good reason don't mean she ain't a liar. She's a liar. So I feel like Brandy telling us her experience. First of all, let's be clear. She's writing a memoir. That is the purpose of a memoir. The purpose of a memoir is to tell your business. And if you ain't going to tell your business, don't write one. That's real easy, right? These are the things, or at least she's telling us the things that she felt like we wanted to know. So she's saying that she lost her virginity to Wanya. She thought she was in this love relationship, that it was this clandestine relationship that they had to keep secret from the world. And what she realized was now as an adult, looking back and reflecting back on what it was, she sees it differently. That's what she's telling us. Now, we don't have to like her version of it, but it's her experience. It's her story. Looking back on it, she felt like, look, I'm this 16-year-old. Listen, I think most of us, if we're being honest with ourselves, most of us in high school, either we had a boyfriend that was over 18 or our friends did, and we thought it was cute. And we thought it was cool. Oh, your boyfriend is in college? How many of us in high school had a boyfriend in college? Kobe Bryant was dating his girlfriend. He was picking her up from high school. He was all the way in the NBA. Now, we know he skipped college. He didn't go to college. He went straight into the NBA. But he was a whole NBA player dating a high school student. So I feel like because some of y'all don't like Brandy, I feel like y'all are like take Brandy and Wanya out of the equation. But I think if most of us were to look back on those relationships and as an adult and be like, I ain't had no business messing with no 22-year-old college student, and he damn sure didn't have no business messing with me. If we take Wanya and Brandy out of the equation and just look at a 16-year-old girl dating a 22-year-old man. And then when she was talking about the sex part, I think if we're being honest with ourselves, most of us, again, when we were in our teens, for those of us that had sex early or whatever, most of us were in a situation where we felt like we had to give it up or lose our boyfriend or girlfriend. Thank you for being a member for 59 months. Oh, Lord. Wrong one. Thank you. Thank you, Tamara, for being a member for 59 months, my love. She didn't date Kobe. Listen, she never dated Kobe Bryant. That was a photo op. That was a publicity thing. She never dated Kobe Bryant. They went to the prom. That was it. And she has said that for years. They never actually dated. Where was Sonya Norwood? I think a lot of us could say the same thing about all of our parents. Where were our parents when we were out in them streets dating older men or women? I mean, I hear what y'all are saying, but I don't think we need to put more on Brandy and her mama than the rest of us. Hell, my mama was a good mama. My mama kept up with what I was doing, but I promise you she didn't know everything. Promise you she didn't know everything. That's all I'm saying. Again, I know that a lot of people in this Brandy, y'all know I don't call Brandy a whole liar. Y'all know we know Brandy be lying. But all I'm saying is, if we take Brandy out of this equation, we take Wanya out of this equation, all she's saying is, look, I had a relationship with a 22-year-old man. I thought it was love. I thought it was all of these things. It wasn't what I thought it was. Now that I look back on it, it wasn't what I thought it was. I gave that man my virginity. He cheated on me multiple times. And I had to process that as a 16-year-old child. And then you add in the element of being in the public eye. You add in the element of the scrutiny and the judgment and everybody having an opinion on what the hell she's doing with her life. You add all those things in. That's all she's saying. And again, I know people feel how they feel about Brandy, but I'm just taking Brandy and I'm taking the celebrity out of it and just looking at this. And I feel like if she weren't Brandy, if a story came out about Wanya grooming, I like to use that word grooming, having a mentor. She said she started off as a mentor or mentee to him. If the story came out about Wanya having this 16-year-old singer that he was mentoring, that he ended up taking her virginity and sleeping with her, even though he didn't force her, she was very clear to say she wasn't forced, but y'all would have a whole lot more to say. But because it's Brandy, everybody like, she a liar. Hey, where was Sonya? As if our parents knew everything we were doing. Right. I agree, Renee. Brandy told a real story that many women can relate to. Exactly. But that's Brandy's fault. None of us. I understand nobody asked Brandy to lie. But what I'm saying is just because she's a liar doesn't mean that I'm saying for me, just because she's a liar, I don't feel like we disregard everything she's telling us. We know her and Wanya were together. That's never been a question. She's just giving us more insight on it. She's just giving us more clarity to it. I haven't read the book, Corey, so I'm not sure what else she talks about in there. That's what, again, that's what the people done picked up on. I'm going to read it, though. What happened to protect Black women? Y'all know damn well that it was very common. It is. And that's where I get frustrated sometimes. I really feel like sometimes people allow their personal feelings about somebody to cloud their judgment. Because I just feel like if this were not Brandy, if this were if this were Monica, I feel like people would have a different opinion. What up, DC, Kool-Aid, and Lisa? How y'all doing? Hey. Yeah, I just feel like if this were Monica telling this story, it'd be a totally different. People would have a totally different attitude. But because people don't like Brandy, Halfpen, I'm trying to get it together, child. I'm working on it. I was talking to Tracy about that today, child. I'm working on it. Oh, we know Monica was dating grown-ass men, child. It's not that anybody asked for the confession. She's writing her memoir. That's what people do in their memoir. Hell, when Quincy Jones did his memoir, he outed half of fucking Hollywood. I mean, it's what people do when they write their memoir. They tell their business. If somebody gives a memoir and don't tell us none of their business, what's the purpose of writing the memoir? That's what a memoir is. And if you go to a publisher, they're gonna say, look, we need something to sell. We need a little bit of something to put some teeth in. You gotta give us something. And so she gave him something. That's all. I didn't know people didn't like Brandy. I learned something new every day. Well, of course, people don't like her. I just didn't know it was this. Kawale, I didn't know it was this serious either. I mean, I didn't realize it was this deep. I mean, I know the woman lied about being married. I mean, I get that, but damn, I didn't know it was this bad. Told us all the Marvin Gaye. Child, Quincy Jones told us everybody's business. He told his too, but Lord, he told everybody's business. I said, damn, Quincy. I guess Quincy said, I don't give a damn. I'm about to die. What you gonna do about it? I'm rich and I'm 80 years old. What you gonna do about it? I guess he said, what you gonna do about it? You can't beat me. What you gonna do about it? Brandy has fans, Chuck, so you might not have asked for it, but people want to know. People love Brandy. Wanya says she was 16-year-old when they hunched, so she's not right. She's not lying about. I mean, again, it's her experience, so I don't think it's a lie for her to say this is how I felt. She said, look, the man did not rape me. She never said that, but she said, I felt pressured. I felt pressured to do this. She did tell us no one liked her when she was on an Oprah show. Well, yeah, she doesn't seem to be, I mean, look, I don't know. Child, let me look at this lawsuit real quick before we get out of here, honey. Please, hold on. Let me close these doors real quick. I should have done it before we talked about Wanya because y'all gonna leave now. Please, if y'all haven't done so already, please hit that like button. If you would like to donate to the platform, please, you can donate free 99 by hitting the like button, sharing me out, subscribing to the channel. If you are new here, if you're catching us in a replay, hype the video up, hype it up. If you would like to donate to the platform monetarily, by all means, we accept Cash App, Super Chat. If you want to Zelle me or PayPal me, send it to my other email address, reneeinc@gmail.com, ReneeInc@gmail.com. If you would like to do it that way. Also, we are still taking donations for our Easter dinner. I've ordered 10 already. And I'm going to order the rest that we were at 32. I think our final count was 32, 33. So I'll order the rest of them between today and tomorrow. So, baby, I've been ordering. I
said, close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. close the doors.
All right. If you want to donate to the Easter baskets, like I said, you can Cash App, Zelle me, PayPal me, all that good stuff. Here it is right here, ReneeInc@gmail.com. We're averaging between $35 and $40 per dinner that we've been sending. So if you want to, I mean, whatever you want to donate is fine. But if you want to kind of pay for a whole dinner, it's between $35 and $40. But there you go. Okay. With that being said, we are still having our event on July the 18th. If you guys want to come out and hang out, if you're in the DMV area and you want to come and meet up myself and Shade in the City, we will be hosting an event on daring to dream out loud, or dreaming out loud, excuse me. It is with author Aditi Cummings, who is a therapist and a best-selling author. She has written a book on how to dream. And she's talking about like dreams, like your goals in life. Your goals in life, pushing it to the, how to get those obstacles out of your way, how to process through hard times, how to work through the mental blocks that we put on ourselves. If you would like to buy a ticket, the early bird tickets are on sale for the next 15 days until April the 15th. The early bird tickets are $80. General admission after April the 15th is $90, and VIP is $110. The VIP guarantees you a seat at the table with the author as she goes through her session. All tickets include food. It includes an autographed signed copy of her book. And it includes a lifetime of memories. And we're also going to be in a content creating space with over 40 different backgrounds where you will have free reign to take as many pictures as you want with as many different people and as many different poses as you want. The event lasts from 2:30 until 5:30. So you have until 5:30 to take as many pictures as you want, all the different backgrounds that are available. Okay. At least y'all are getting food. We starving today. Well, listen, Don don't open up the kitchen until we get to 300 people. And we didn't hit 300. I think the highest we got was like 270. Okay. Now Abby got that hookah because Abby pulls the hookah out at 200. Tracy opens up the bar at 100. Although I don't know what was on the bar tonight. I missed Tracy's drink special. But Tracy was at the bar. Abby got the hookah open. The VIP lounge just opened upstairs for your herbal libations. All of the board members that are lit up in green. We got some new board members today. Y'all come on over to the VIP. Okay. Don said, don't mess with him now. All right, let's look at this lawsuit real quick on Klarna. Cruiser, you still here? I'm about to read some of this lawsuit now. I know y'all like this, Cruiser like when I read these lawsuits, child. Hold on, let me share my screen, honey. Let's see what they're talking about with the Klarna. Maybe we'll have a better understanding of what's going on with the Klarna, honey. So it's a class action lawsuit. So y'all know that means it's a bunch of people suing Klarna. Okay. It's a bunch of people suing Klarna. Okay. All right. Okay. So, Lord, why I thought that said Pam at first. I'm about to say Pam, but it says Philip. Philip Esquire. Okay. So, Philip, we had Nyack individually on behalf of all others similarly situated versus Klarna class action jury trial demanded. Okay. We're just going to read a little bit of the introduction, so that might give us some information. All right, the nature of the action. Let's read the nature of the action. Plaintiff brings the securities class action on behalf of persons who purchased or otherwise acquired Klarna securities pursuant to or traceable to the registration statement and related prospectus. Okay. Issued in connection with Klarna's initial public offering, the IPO. Okay, so yeah, this is the people that bought stock and suffered compensable damages caused by defendants' violations of the Securities Act. Okay, so this is okay. All right, let's keep reading. On September 2025, defendants held the IPO offering approximately 34,311,274 shares, 5 million of which were sold by Klarna. So I mean, that's 34 million. Sorry. 5 million of which was sold by Klarna and the rest by certain selling shareholders to the investing public at $40 per share. Okay. So this is about stock, y'all. All right. They do venue. They do the parties. These are all the people that were involved. I guess these are all the stockholders. So let me read. Okay. Lord, these are still the people that's involved. Okay. These are all still the people. Lord, these are all still the people. Okay. It said that that Klarna and the individual defendants in planning the IPO and purportedly conducted an adequate and reasonable investigation into the business and operations of Klarna, an undertaking known as a due diligence investigation. The due diligence investigation was required of the underwriter defendants in order to engage in the IPO during the course of their due diligence. The underwriter defendants had continual access to internal confidential current corporate information. Oh, I just saw lightning, y'all. Hold on. All right, let's do the background because I want to make sure I understand. Okay. Child, it's thundering outside. Huh. As stated above, Klarna is a payments company prior to the IPO. Klarna gained attention for the nature of its loans. For example, Klarna allows users to take loans to purchase small items, including, child, why they put in here famously burritos? Anyway, on March the 25th of 2025, Retail Technology Innovation Hub published an article entitled Klarna's Sebastian Simitowski Defendants, Burrito Now, Pay Later, DoorDash amid social media backlash. The article stated that Simitowski had taken to social media to defend his company's recent U.S. deal with DoorDash after it received criticism over the thought of hard-up Americans taking months to pay off a $25 fast food delivery. We talked about that. Remember we talked about people doing Klarna to do DoorDash? Okay. It stated that in the coming months, DoorDash customers in the U.S. will be able to Klarna services, including purchasing groceries, retail, and Dash Pass annual plan on DoorDash or through the Venues app. When they reach checkout, they'll see Klarna as an additional payment option, including the ability to pay in 4 equal interest-free installments. As of the filing of this complaint, Klarna's advertised that it allows borrowers to receive financing from 6 to 24 months with interest rates ranging from 0 to 35%. Ooh, that is high. 35%. My God. On or about March 14th of 2025, Klarna filed with the SEC a registration statement on Form F-1, which in combination with subsequent amendments will be used for the IPO. Okay. On September the 10th of 2025, Klarna filed with the SEC its final prospectus, for the IPO. That article is not what this lawsuit is about. Okay, the prospectus continued the following risk disclaimer. The success of our business depends on our underwriting process and our ability to accurately price consumer credit risk. We believe that one of the core competitive advantages is our underwriting process, which is based on our access to proprietary data, including third-party data. We provide pay in full, pay later, and fair financing payment options to our consumers. Pay in full instantly settles purchases at the time of the transaction. Pay later enables consumers to purchase goods or services at the time of the transaction and pay the full amount at a later date. Fair financing allows consumers to pay for their purchase over a larger duration. We have designed our short-term credit products to serve a wide range of consumers, including those with varying credit histories and borrowing needs. Rather than targeting a specific credit segment, our underwhelming process aims to responsibly provide our credit products across a broad consumer base. To that end, we provide a new real-time underwriting decision for each transaction, leveraging our own records, including Klarna history and purchase behavior of our active Klarna customers. We also leverage merchant data, credit bureau reports, and open banking data to understand the financial position of the consumer. At the point in time, our underwriting process is fully automated, making decisions in real time, and is designed to prevent potential fraud and abuse. Okay, it goes on from there, y'all. So basically, this is not what the article was about. Basically, this lawsuit is the investors saying that Klarna lied on their SEC filing for the IPO, which is the stocks. They're saying that they misled the Securities Exchange Commission about the company and the company's liability. That's what I'm understanding. Okay, they're saying that they're not making sure us broke got the capital and intent to pay. The article just didn't put it in. Yeah, the article was misleading, in my opinion. Now, maybe it just misled me, y'all. Maybe it just misled me. But the article was a little misleading, in my opinion. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Yeah. Ciao. Yeah. Okay. All I gotta say is don't fuck with my Klarna. That's it. That's all. As far as thank you, Tracy Boo. Thank you for getting us that article, baby. Tracy be on it. Y'all know that she the best showrunner in the world, honey. Carlos King could never have a runner like mine. But with that being said, listen, if anybody wants to sponsor, if you don't live in the area, but you want to sponsor somebody and buy a ticket to sponsor them, by all means, you can do that. You can either cash at me the money, or you can buy the ticket and just let me know that you bought the ticket for somebody else, and I'll put their name on the list. However you want to do it. If you're not in the area, but you want to do that, by all means, you may do it. You may do it. You may do it. Also, at 8:00, that's why I got to get off of here. I got a hard stop, so I got to make a phone call before I go live. We'll be back at 8:00 on all three channels. We'll be on this channel, we'll be on the review channel, and we'll also be on the travel channel. For an update on the Alaskan cruise, you guys notice I haven't been talking about the Alaskan cruise for a couple of days because there have been some changes. There have been some changes. We are still going to Alaska, but there have been some updates and there have been some changes. So at 8:00, what's up, Princess? Hey, boo. At 8:00, we will be going live so that I can give you all of those updates, and I will have those updates for you. You can still get on the cruise in February. We still, even though I don't know what the current rates are today, but we still have seats available. There's a cabin waiting for you to book your cruise. Remember, it's $200 deposit, and I will make sure that I'll give you that information at 8:00 as well. Kate just said, y'all are getting the information she hasn't given me. You're right. You're going to get it at the same time that everybody else gets it. You are absolutely correct. Problem. With that being said, y'all, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace. I know you think you should get it first, Cajun, and that's part of your problem. I told you spoiled. Bye.